Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to plug your guitar directly into the computer. And when you plug it in, it asks you whether it's microphone or line. I usually choose line. And I can't actually record the guitar and while I'm creating this video. So for the video, I'm choosing microphone, but for the guitar, you would choose line. And when I plug it in, I actually turn these off. It'll probably be different on your computer. Once I got it plugged in, I turn it back on. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do before you actually record is you're going to want to bring in your BIAB box file. I'm using CJam Blues. Bring it into BIAB box and change the choruses to 1. Click yes to these two pop-ups and then save it. File, save song, or you can just go Control S to save it. Now I'm saving it to downloads. You would have downloaded it from the website, and you would actually double click on there to bring up BIAB box to do that. So that's been done. I'm going to go to Real Band, which is where you actually record your audio, your guitar track. And I'm going to go File, Open, CJam Blues, click Open. And if everything goes correctly, it's loading in the tracks. The hourglass is still going. Now it looks like it's done, so it should be okay. I should be able to play it. Yes. Turn that down. Okay, to record, I'm actually going to record my voice. I've already recorded the guitar, so I set this back to the beginning. The first thing you do is you turn the recording. It'll show it's checked with the metronome. You want to turn that off, so it's unchecked. Okay, and then at that point you just record. You can see you've selected this track. You start recording the guitar along with the music. Try to get it in time as best as you can. Obviously try to play as far as you can. You see as I talk it's recording my voice, but when you're obviously playing guitar and not recording video as I am, you have the guitar there. It's okay to go past a little bit, but you shut it off this way, and you click Keep the Take, assuming you want to keep it. Go back to the beginning. You can press play to listen to it. Okay, so the trick here is you have to get rid of the count in to do what I'm gonna do action export acid loop. That's the video, right? So you make sure this is highlighted. You go to here, edit, delete bars from song. This will do them all. You go start bar spacing at -1. This is -1, the count in, for 2 bars. And you just click OK. What it does, it gets rid of everything at the beginning, so it's what you want to save will be just the actual track with no count in. Okay, so you make sure this is highlighted. You click Render, Export Acid Loop. Round selection to nearest beats. Now I'm going to actually send it to downloads, and I'm going to just call it my voice. And it's going to save it as a .wav. Okay, so it comes up with this. Choose file, myvoice.wav. It'll actually be whatever, CJam Blues. Tempo is a 120. The root note is C because the first chord is C7. 4/4 time, I'm going to leave that. You want to be able to stretch the tempo, so you leave that unchecked. You ignore that. Now you also want to move it to the loops folder, and you click OK. It tells you where it moved it. Mine's F, external drive, BB, real tracks, loops. yours might be on the C drive. The same directory otherwise. Okay, so that's it. You're finished with that. Okay, I'm finished the recording and closed down RealBand, and I've found my voice and also the recording I did before of the actual guitar playing. Now and it's in the FBB Real Tracks Loops directory. So the my voice I'm going to delete because that was just to show you that first part. I'm going to get rid of that. Delete that. I think it was an okay video, so we won't need it. So I'm just going to leave this wave file, which is the loop track, in this directory, and I'm going to go to Band out of Box. It's still set at 1 chorus, it's still C Jam Blues. I'm going to put it in here, and this track. So you click on that description area for the strings part, or any track that's available, and you can even replace this click track, which I use for a guitar. You could put it in there, and you go down to select loop for this track. Search for C Jam. There it is there. Found it in the loops track. It shows you the folder down here where it's picking it up from. Okay, you select it there. Now, you want to loop restart when wave ends, okay, but you want to override that and change this to chorus. Also trigger wave every chorus. That's the one you want because you want the whole track to loop over and over again. So that will actually override this one. You could uncheck that. I think it'll still work. Stretch tempo, yes. The tempo is coming in at 120, which is what you record at, so you want to leave that as is. Number of beats to stretch, 56. You're probably not going to even stretch it. Transpose, you want to click to yes. Root node is C because it was C7. Transpose type is chord root. And that's it. And it says it's set to an acid loop is how you saved it. So you click OK. So it puts it here, right? And that should be okay. Okay, we're going to test it. And to test it, I'm going to turn off this guitar. So I'm going to mute it. I'll leave the vibes on. I'll leave the loop on. I'm going to turn the volume up on that. And we'll just see what happens. It's counting in. Prior recording. Turn it down so you can hear me talk. Okay. Let's stop this. Okay, the next test is change the choruses to 3 to see if it actually changes the loop so it goes over and over again until for 3 tracks. So we'll start it again. I've still got it soloed. That's what the S is. Now we can speed this up. We can go play from the third one and maybe play it from the beginning. There you go. It's looped it. That's because it was saved as an acid loop. I don't really know why that works, but so it should finish this chorus and go to the ending. Okay, that worked. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make that loop fade out at the end because it's going to keep going. So the way you do that is you right click on the end and you go to bar settings. Now the loop is here. I'm going to show you that it renamed that track loop, and it's called loop here. So you're going to change that to fade per bar, change that to 50%, turn that, close that. Now I'm going to speed this up to do a test. I'm going to start from bar, chorus number 3, and I'll click on the bar I want to test from. Let's see how it goes. It's building the tracks. And I've turned up the volume on the loop so you can hear it. work good. You couldn't hear the guitar once it got into the ending. It faded it out. So that's one step. So that ends the process. The basic idea is you might have a song that normally has a part which Band on a Box can't play. You can play it on your instrument. Let's say it's piano. You play it, you create a loop, and you send that loop to me so I can play them in the jams, the live jams. Okay, the last thing I have to show you is when you play the loop in Band on a Box, it creates two more files, BT1 and BT6. And again, they're in the BB Real Tracks Loops directory. On mine it's in the F, and yours it might be C. You would send all three of those files to me so that I can use them in the live jam.